Hi guys, so I hope you like the new intro I did for Spider-Man. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna read Amazing Fantasy number 15. So this is the first appearance of Spider-Man. It's a very iconic cover. Um, yeah, I mean Spider-Man's like lifting a guy, and like there's a bunch of goons in the background. And he says, "Though the world may mock Peter Parker, the timid teenager, it will soon marvel at the awesome might of Spider-Man." So, introducing Spider Man. Also, in this issue, an important message to you from the editor about the new Amazing. So, this was the last issue published of Amazing Fantasy, I think, or one of the last issues. The next one is actually the Spider Man title. But anyway, I'll get to the actual comic. Okay, so here's the first page. So, Spider Man. Like costume heroes, confidently, we in the comic mag business refer to them as long underwear characters. And as you know, they're a dime a dozen. But we think you may find our Spider-Man just a bit different. Say, gang, we need one more guy for the dance. How about Peter Parker over there? Are you kidding? That bookworm wouldn't know a cha-cha from a waltz. Peter Parker, he's Midtown High's only professional wallflower. So Stanley and Steve Ditko made it. As you may have gathered, Peter Parker was far from being the biggest man on campus, but his Uncle Ben thought he was a pretty special lad. You're not fooling me, Petey. I know you're awake, and it's time for school. Gosh, Uncle Ben, you're worse than a room full of alarm clocks. As for Pete's Aunt May, she thought the sun rose and set upon her nephew. I cooked your favorite breakfast, Petey. Wheat cakes. Don't fatten him up too much, dear. I can hardly out-wrestle him now. The faculty at Midtown High were also fond of the clean-cut, hard-working honor student. Keep up the good work, Parker, and you're sure to rate a scholarship when you graduate. I'll do my best, sir. But alas, other teenagers can sometimes unwittingly be so very cruel to a shy young man. Sally, was wondering if you were busy tonight. Peter, for the umpteenth time, you're just not my type. Not when dreamboats like Flash Thompson are around. I admire your good taste, doll. Get lost, bookworm. There's a great new exhibit at the Science Hall tonight. Would any of you like to go with me? Science Hall, ha! You stick to science, son. We'll take the chicks. Yes, for some, being a teenager has many heartbreaking moments. See you around, bookworm. Give our regards to the Atom Smashers, Peter. Someday I'll show them. Sob, someday they'll be sorry. Sorry they laughed at me. So it's a science exhibit. Experiments in radioactivity. Open to the public, room 30. And a few minutes later, Peter Parker forgets the taunts of his classmates as he is transported to another world, the fascinating world of atomic science. And now for a demonstration of how we can control radioactive rays here in the laboratory. But as the experiment begins, no one notices a tiny spider descending from the ceiling on an almost invisible strand of web. A spider whom fate has given a starring, if brief, role to play in the drama we call life. Accidentally absorbing a fantastic amount of radioactivity, the dying insect, in sudden shock, bites the nearest living thing at the split second before life ebbs from its radioactive body. Ow! A spider! It bit me! But why is it burning so? Why is it glowing that way? My head. It feels strange. I need some air. Looks as though our experiment unnerved young Parker. Too bad. He must have a weak stomach. What's happening to me? I feel different, as though my entire body is charged with some sort of fantastic energy. Honk, honk. Wrapped in his thoughts, Peter doesn't hear the auto which narrowly misses him until the last instant, and then, unnoticed by the riders, he unthinkingly leaps to safety. But what a leap it is! That was one egghead who's won't daydream any more he crosses the street. You can say that again. What's come over me? I'm scaling this wall just as easily as I can walk. Mommy, look at the man walking up the side of the building. That's the last horror movie I take you to, young man. It's incredible. I reached the roof in just a few seconds. What's this? I crushed a steel pipe as though it were paper. It's a spider. It has to be. Somehow, in some miraculous way, his bite has transferred his own power to me. I can walk down this cable as effortlessly as the spider itself can glide along its web. I have got to have time to think. I got to plan for what to do with this unbelievable ability, which fate has given me. A few minutes later, this'll be a good chance to test my power again. So $100 to the man who can stay in the ring 3 minutes with Crusher Hogan. Filled with excitement, Pete races back home and I'll put on some old clothes and leave my glasses here. But what if I fail? I don't want to be a laughingstock. I'll find some way to disguise myself. A few minutes later, I'll try for that $100, Crusher. Well, if it ain't a little mass marvel. Step up, sucker. Now just relax, shorty. I'll try to make this as painless as possible. So he leaps over him, and it works. I have the speed, the agility, the very strength of a gigantic spider. Hey, put me down. You win, you win. You're not human. Nobody can do that. Wanna bet? Greatest act I ever seen. Sensational, fantastic. And that mask gimmick just gives him just the right touch of mystery. He was terrific. That masked character may have just been what I'm looking for. Listen, friend, I'm a TV producer. With that act of yours, I can make you a fortune. And keep the mask angle. It's a great showmanship. Here's my card. Call me. You'll be a smash on Ed Sullivan show. Thanks. Later at home again. Showmanship? He hasn't seen anything yet. Since I have the powers of a spider, I designed myself a spider costume. And, hi, Aunt May. You look pretty tired, Petey, so we brought you some crackers and milk. Crackers and milk, bless 'em, if they only knew. Now let's see, a spider needs a web. This little device should do the trick. I'll fasten one to each arm. It'll operate by the slightest pressure of any finger. I'll need a name. Well, guess Spider-Man is as good as any. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself. So they laughed at me for being a bookworm, eh? Well, only a science major could have created a device like this. With some strong liquid cement at the end, I can pull myself up anywhere with my little web. And my costume is thin enough to wear unseen under my street clothes. Okay, world, better hang on to your hat. Here comes the Spider-Man. So part 2. Now anybody with the intelligence of a 7-year-old knows that if a man appeared on TV who seemed to be more spider than human, he'd be an overnight sensation, especially when his feats were performed without the help of trick photography. Well, you can just imagine how the public reacted to Spider-Man. I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and I still don't believe it. Sure, they looked amazed, incredible, awe-stricken, wouldn't you? After all, when was the last time you saw a man with his own fantastic spider web? Okay, Spider-Man, cut. That's enough. Don't show him too much. Leave him begging for more. As his first TV spectacular ends, Peter Parker breathes the first sweet scent of fame and success. I'm from Life. We'll pay any price for a picture spread. Sign with me. I'll put you in the movies. Wait, we want an interview. See my agent, boys. I'm busy. Woo, rid of him at last. Hey, what's going on? Stop! Thief! Stop him! If he makes it to the elevator, he'll get away. Made it. I'm safe now. That cop can never get down to the lobby as fast as I can in this high-speed express elevator. Luckily, that goat in the costume didn't stop me. What's with you, mister? All you had to do was trip him or hold him just a minute. Sorry, pal. That's your job. I'm through for being pushed around by anyone. Look, from now on, I just look out for number 1. That means me. I oughta run you in. Save your breath, buddy. I got things to do. And a few hours later, Peter, you know that microscope you've always wanted? Your uncle and I bought it for you this afternoon. Gosh, that's terrific. You're the greatest family any fella ever had. They're the only ones who've ever been kind to me. I'll see it to they're always happy, but the rest of the world can go to hang all I care. In the days that follow, the Spider-Man becomes the sensation of the nation. Spider-Man slated for new TV series. Spider-Man wins Showbiz Award. Spider-Man plays the packed house. Who is the Spider-Man? So there's no Daily Bugle, but there's Daily Chronicle, The Viewer, Daily Voice. And one evening, as Peter Parker returns home from a personal appearance, a police car in front of our house. What can be wrong? Bad news, son. Your uncle has been shot. Murdered. Uncle Ben? Dead? No. No, it can't be. Who did it? Who shot him? It was a burglar. Your uncle surprised him. But don't worry, lad. We got him trapped. He's in the old Acme warehouse at the waterfront. We'll get him. Your aunt is next door. The neighbors are looking after her. Wait. I've got to go. I've got to get him. I know the old Acme warehouse. It's been deserted for years. A killer could hold off an army in that gloomy old place. But he won't hold off Spider-Man. The warehouse is at the other side of town. But I'll be there in no time. Meanwhile, he's in there somewhere, but he'll pick us off like flies if we charge him. All I gotta do is hold him off till the moon goes down. Then I just slip away into the dark. You'll never escape again, murderer! Huh, what the? Surprised to see me? Not half so surprised as you're going to be. Gotta get away. Gotta hide. I must be seeing things. There's no place on earth where you can hide from me. First my web will relieve you of your gun. Zzz. And then my fists will do the rest. That face. It's... Oh no, it can't be. It's the fugitive who ran past me. The one I didn't stop when I had the chance. I hate to do it, but I'll have to rush him now. Can't take a chance of him slipping by in the dark. Captain, look! It's him! On a spider's web. A short distance away. My fault. All my fault. If only I could have stopped him when I could have. But I didn't. And now, Uncle Ben is dead. And as a lean, silent figure slowly fades into the darkness, or gathering darkness, aware at last of this in this world, with great power they must also come great responsibility. And so a legend is born, and a new name is added to the roster of those who make the world of fantasy the most exciting realm of all. Be sure to see the next issue of Amazing Fantasy for the further amazing exploits of America's most different new teenage idol, Spider-Man, the end. So, like I said at the beginning, I think this was the last issue of Amazing Fantasy, and then it became Spider-Man. But anyway, that's the end of that comic. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you could like, comment, or subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.